Today, we're doing a recap of Kid Cannabis, 2014, a rags-to-riches tale about an 18-year-old who, against all odds, builds a marijuana empire from the ground up. Based on a true story, it's a wild ride filled with risk, deceit, and one teenager's big dream to break free from his small-town life. Let's dive in. The movie opens with Nate Norman, a high school dropout living in northern Idaho with his single mom and younger brother. Nate's stuck delivering pizzas, and it's clear from the start that he's looking for something more. One night while delivering pizza, he meets a wealthy customer who casually mentions the money to be made from smuggling marijuana across the Canadian border. Nate's intrigued but doesn't think much of it until he reads an article in High Times magazine about the potency of Canadian weed. That's when it clicks. Nate envisions an empire, and he's ready to make it happen. Nate recruits his best friend Topher to help him with the plan. They take a road trip to Canada to find a supplier, but things don't go as smoothly as they hoped. The first batch of marijuana they buy turns out to be of lower quality than expected. But despite the bad product, they make a decent profit, which only fuels Nate's ambition. It's clear that the money-making potential is huge, so they quickly get back into business and make another run. This time, their luck changes when they meet Nicole, the daughter of a Canadian weed supplier. She sells them 300 pounds of top-shelf marijuana, which would become the foundation of their new operation. With a reliable supplier secured, Nate starts to grow his business. He finds a financier to back him and recruits more friends to join the operation, offering them $3,500 per run. The crew gets to work, crossing the border day after day, each successful run pushing them further into the world of organized crime. The money starts rolling in, and Nate and his team revel in their newfound success. They buy flashy cars, throw wild parties, and live the kind of life they've always dreamed of. But things quickly take a dangerous turn when Nate has a run-in with a rival drug trafficker, Brendan Butler. Brendan's jealous of Nate's success and worried about losing his business to the new kid in town. The two get into a heated gunfight, and while Brendan escapes, the tension between the two is far from over. Fearing that Nate's growing business will undermine his own operation, Brendan hires two hitmen to kill Nate and Topher. In a shocking turn, Nate decides to hire the hitmen out from under Brendan, secretly bringing them on his side. The hitmen later take care of Brendan, murdering him and dumping his body in the woods. It's cold and calculated, but Nate's in it for the long haul now, and there's no turning back. Meanwhile, Topher begins working behind Nate's back, secretly recruiting people for his own drug runs. This creates tension between the two, as Nate feels betrayed by his best friend. But the real trouble starts when one of the new recruits tries to steal a shipment of marijuana for himself, hiding it in the woods to retrieve later. When he returns to collect the stolen weed, he's caught by the police. The police use him as an informant to infiltrate the operation. The next drug run is set, but unbeknownst to Nate and his crew, the police are already waiting for them. As the team drives across the border, the authorities spring into action and arrest everyone, thanks to the inside information provided by the mole. Nate is arrested and interrogated, but he quickly realizes that his friends have turned on him. They all point the finger at him as the mastermind behind the entire operation. The night before he's due to be arrested, Nate's financier warns him about the bust and encourages him to run. With his back against the wall, Nate flees to Canada, but not before learning that his mother is being threatened with money laundering charges. Realizing he can't leave her behind, he decides to return to face the music. At the end of the film, we're given a rundown of what happened to the key players after the bust. Nate's life has been forever changed by his actions, but it's clear that the price of his ambition was steep. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more recaps. This has been The Tipsy Critic. See you next time.